Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps, and well, you could call this my first fail of 2024. Today we're going to be making the Starlight Frosted Soap. So Starlight is the eponymous soap for this collection, and I will say was definitely the hardest to nail because the colors are very specific, and whenever you start getting into blues for soap making, that's where I personally run into trouble. I'm pretty good when it comes to like reds, pinks, even greens, but you get into the blue category, it's really easy after saponification for colors to be too similar or to be wholly different, and that's kind of what happened this time. It just wasn't right. I had too many blues and they didn't harmonize. You'll see. You'll see. Let's make some soap. Let me just begin by pouring our water solution in. And now we're gonna blend it up. Now listen, I'm gonna try to get as many pours with this as I can. I have 3 accent colors, so I'm not saying that's an easy goal to achieve. I'm just saying what I'm trying to do here. Uh-oh, I'm pouring this in and it's turning yellow. Okay, we're saying a prayer that this is about to be a paranormal color morph and not something that just stays nasty the whole time. Okay, let's talk about colors real quick. I've got my fragrance mix, which is 75% stargazing, 25% sea salt, and orchid. So into the big kahuna, we're going to add some of this navy. Then into one of these, we're going to add one of my absolute favorite colors ever. This is called Sea Glass. We're going to add in some Space Walk. This is also kind of a dark navy, but this has gold flecks in it, which is super pretty. And then we have Bermuda Triangle, which is a dark teal, very mysterious. We're going for something very ethereal, something that looks like the cosmos, lots of blues. You get the point. So let's mix these up. Okay, they're leaning green. They're leaning green. But again, we're hoping that this is just because of a paranormal color morph headed my way. This one is stunning. I also am not going to have enough time to do the original swirl I wanted to do. And listen, I don't sit around and think to myself, woe is me. I just move on to the next thing, because if you sit around wondering like, oh crap, my original design isn't going to work, and you just think about that and sit there, you're gonna lose the batch. So we move on. That is what I'm saying. It's gonna be way easier to do an in the pot for this, and honestly, as far as like a galaxy goes, it might end up looking better than my original plan. Make sure I get all that soap out, not leaving anything left behind. All right, gonna pour 1 stripe, pick up the mold, pour 1 stripe. Not the mold, the pouring container. Next one, pick up. Next one. This is going to create a lovely little series of color variation. It's letting out a different part of the container than last made the stripe. All right, and now at this point, I do have a little bit left in the container, but I'm just going to wiggle this down. The color variation in this is actually superb. Okay, this actually looks really good. I'm gonna be pleased with it. No, that's not exactly the right color, but this is still giving like a very galactic sky, okay? We're not gonna complain. We're just gonna mix up our soap frosting. All right, I have the Royalty Soaps Soap Frosting Club Kit piping bag and tip. This is the 𝑒𝐭 869. And I'm just gonna get to piping, make my 3 markers there, and then put 1 on each bar. This is a special color blend that I use myself. It's one of my absolute favorite blue blends, and I'm actually putting together an email for some of my favorite custom color blends. So I'll be sharing that there, and they will be in percentages and also in grams. So if you don't want to do the math to figure it out, it's a lot easier. You can get that email by signing up at the link below. It's 100% free. It's just an email list where I like to share soap making tips, some new products that are coming out for soap makers. So it's not product updates for Royalty Soaps. It is help for other soap makers. Again, it's free. It's just something I put together because I like sharing this stuff in a tidy way. I also added a little bit of one of my absolute favorite shiny micas so that when we cut into these bars, it will actually sparkle. There are a lot of micas that are used for coloring soap, but through the saponification, they don't end up being shiny anymore. They dull out. So they're very pigmented. They're just not very sparkly. This is not one of them. This will hold its sparkle even through saponification. I hope your holiday season isn't very stressful for you this year. It seems as we become older, that is the thing that all the other adults want. They don't want tons of presents or everyone to be happy and healthy, for there to be no drama and no stress. Those are not gifts you can buy. Okay, I'm gonna turn these because you guys know I'm historically awful at putting this last dollop in the center where it belongs. So we're just gonna have to turn the mold because we only have one gumball on the top of these bars. So it's kind of important for me to get this one right. Caleb and I are only giving our kids one present this year, just in the spirit of cutting down on overconsumption, and also because they have grandparents and they have aunts and uncles and other people who will want to give them gifts. So we already know that there's going to be a lot of new things in the house. Now I'm going to take some of this Blue Moon mica. Now look at this. It is truly a stunning mica. Now I don't love this in cold processed soap. Okay, this is not a good one for cold process, but it's beautiful in resin. It's beautiful in melt and pour and as a drizzle. So I am just going to give this a light drizzle on top. It's going to be very pretty, very sparkly, and like this as well. Yeah, I would say in general, I do my best to buy handmade and I do my best to shop small for presents. It is definitely a matter of quality over quantity. Over here, that's just the way we like to do it. Not, again, this is just us. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing what we enjoy doing. We're also very big experiences people. So we would rather spend, less than a certain amount of money and then go on a big trip with our family than we would to get a lot of toys or a lot of just material items. That's not very important to us. So yeah, we're saving up to maybe go on a trip next year instead. Now I have this special bio glitter blend. It is Radio Stars from Latchkey Lusters and Mermaid Tears from Mad Micas. Again, going for that celestial starry look up here. So we're going to need some stars in the sky. We love bio glitter up in here, especially for a high top soap. It just makes so much sense. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it simple. We're going to string some popcorn garlands. We're going to do some dried oranges. Some of the gifts I am giving, I'm actually making. So we're going to make some luxury votive candles. Don't worry, I'll share that video with you, I promise. I was just going to make it for fun, like by myself, like just as a therapeutic thing to do. But then so many people were like, no, we want to see. So I might just shoot that in a very like casual vloggy way. Yes, we're going to hand make some presents. I think I'm going to give away some homemade vanilla. I also am a big fan of gifting completed chores to people. That's something that I did for my brother last year. He needed some help cleaning up his house. So I bought him cleaning supplies and then helped him clean full rooms. And that was like a gift. So if you're hoping to spend a little bit less, that would be something that I am telling you, everyone would love some help with that. All right, let's put some of our soap gumballs on. Please look at this color. This is just sea glass in melt and pour. It's stunning. Okay, I'm gonna mark the ends first. Marking the ends also shows exactly where you're supposed to put them, like dead in the middle. So now we can turn it and we'll have everything perfectly aligned. Excellent. Yeah, gifting people help with chores, especially if they're your siblings. So like it wouldn't be weird for you to like help them fold their laundry or something. a cooked meal, like, hey, when you're feeling low, here's a coupon for me to come bring you food one night for funsies. I don't know. I just love gifts like that. I think I've talked about it on the channel before, but one of the absolute best gifts I was ever given when I was newly married was batteries of all different types in an organizer. That sounds like the nerdiest gift ever. I know there are people out there that are really hoping to get like cute shoes and jewelry, but from a practical perspective, batteries are kind of expensive. And I was like, this is right up my alley. It even had all the weird like flat C batteries, which is so helpful. This soap kind of reminds me of Stella Luna, that little book about the little bat. There's lots of big like sky shots in that book. So yeah, y'all let me know. What are your plans for Christmas? Are y'all gonna travel for Christmas? Are you gonna stay at home? Are you gonna have Christmas with friends? Are you gonna do Christmas with family? Tell me your Christmas plans. I love reading through the comments for people telling me their Christmas plans. Last little one here. Wow. And we're done. You know what? The shininess of this mica, as I continue to rotate, it kind of shifts back and forth. It looks like the chrome shifting nail polish, you know, where you take the magnet. Holo Taco has some amazing chrome shifting nail polish. That's what this reminds me of. All right, we're gonna give this a quick spritz on top, seal everything in, let it sit for 18 to 24 hours, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the inside. The scent is already so phenomenal. The next day, the top was looking pretty good, okay? The colors are looking right. But after I unmolded everything and saw the sides of the soap, I already knew I was going to have to make some adjustments. Also, sorry for the vertical clip here. The actual footage of me cutting this got lost somehow. Luckily, I filmed it for TikTok too. But you can see here, some of those colors just are looking a little bit muted. They're not really popping the way I wanted them to. The actual soap smells so good. Like the fragrance was exactly what I wanted. It's just the colors weren't quite right. So you can see here, it's like some of the colors are too light and then some of them are too dark. And I just knew I'm going to have to make a pretty legitimate change to make this look good. But still, it smelled great. Okay, so you see what I mean with like the colors almost, just not quite. So this was the original. This is what it ends up looking like now. So you can see I did tweak quite a bit. This is one of the times where I made the first batch on camera and ended up pretty much rewriting most of the recipe because I needed those colors to flow better together and they look so much better in the second round. Sometimes you just have to do that, especially if you're working with a new fragrance that you've never used before. This soap will be available on January 6th, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in 2024. I hope you guys have an absolutely marvelous week and I will see you guys on the Tuesday after Christmas. Get all your Christmas fun festivities done and I'll see you for the Christmas crash the next day. So until then, have a lovely day. Do something fun for yourself today. Maybe that's doing some last minute Christmas shopping or wrapping up some presents or taking a breather because you've already done all that and now you're exhausted. I don't really care what you do. Just do something for you. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now. Meow.